I'm a little less than 2 weeks out. So I think I'm done with all of my long runs. And I'm just kind of maintaining, taking it easy, a little more race specific train, and just have fun. Let's go. I'm on a part of the trail I had never been on before. Starting off from a parking lot or ranger station in a different area of the park. So this should take me, I don't know how far it can't, maybe a mile, maybe. All in all, it's probably gonna be like a 7-mile loop today. All right, already having to figure out where I am. Again, there's a lot of little trails that connect here, and I need to figure out which one connects me directly. Took a picture before I left. Looks like I could go either left or right, but looks like right is the more direct. I'll have to check back in here in a couple minutes, see if I'm right. Let's go. All right, made it to what is called Taylor's Farm Road. It's the kind of fire road portion of the adventure 24-hour adventure trail race. There you go to Taylor's Farm area, which will take you back down the hills to the river. This will take you downhill to kind of the docks that go through the low parts, and you run along parallel with the river for a while, which takes you back to like where the lollipop stem is. So go that way. It all takes you back to the same point. But I think this year everything is supposed to be counter or clockwise this year. So I'm going to run this loop in clockwise fashion this year. It's counterclockwise last year. And just have fun. It's beautiful out here. Hoping to get 11 to 12 loops this year, which will be a personal best. You're running with my buddy Joe Kern. You've seen him in previous, or not previous, but the last year's video for the 24-hour adventure trail run. Came from up there. Looks like it's right around, I don't know, 0.75. Always looked at it as about a mile. Uphill climb when you're going counterclockwise years, or if you choose to do the loop in that direction. This is the kind of boardwalk section. They usually have a ham radio crew set up right here. Sometimes I think they have water. It's a 3-mile check-in. It's kind of the halfway point of the loops. That is a point in which if you can get to as time expires, as long as you can get to that point, the distance will count. Unlike the other interloopal races put on by Athletic Equation, this race will give you a partial lap if you can get to the midway point. Getting ready to cross over the road here and run parallel along the river. This is the South Valley Trail. We're going to be running parallel with this river, and we're going to do that until we get to the connector for kind of the lollipop stem, and then that lollipop stem portion of the trail will take you back to the pavilion and the check-in point for each lap, and start there. I love this part of the trail because it's along the river. It's the flattest, and kind of gives you a little bit of time to do any kind of walk, run methodology, or just run it all until you get to the rocks, which make it kind of difficult. The rest of the time it's kind of dictated by the climbing of the hills on the back part of this loop. One of the parts is not as fun during the race, especially at night. Navigating these rocks gets to be a little difficult as your feet and legs tire and you can't see as well. But it's pretty, it's pretty. This race in particular, if it stays dry, it's going to be a lot of fun. If it's raining the whole time, it will be a little muddy and a little less fun. But anytime on the trails, especially in an ultra, is a good time. There are a lot of ups and downs in this 6.25 mile loop, which gains roughly 800 feet of vert in that 6.25 miles. So it's like running along a saw blade. It doesn't seem that bad after a loop or two, but it starts to wear on you for sure. And these more technical, rooty, rocky sections are tough at night. We have some mini switchbacks down here. They're especially tough at night. They're tight, they're narrow, and full of fun, trippy hazards. Got 'em going down right now. All right, here's the intersection of the loop, the main part of the loop here. It goes around, comes to here, then we make our way back on the river here, across the bridge, and go back up to the checkpoint. When I come back to this point, I'm gonna be heading uphill, so this part's a little bit less fun on this little lollipop stem through here. It's pretty technical, and again, as you fatigue and it gets dark, it gets to be a little challenging. So here we go. If we stay lucky and it stays dry, this is good news. This point is usually really sloppy and muddy as you cross here, but it's dry right now. It's one of the first times I've ever seen that. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Here we go. And when you look at the times on this loop during the race, you start seeing, you know, hour 10, hour 15. Then it starts to get to hour and a half, or 2 hours. It's really because of these climbs, and the technical parts of this really slow you down as the day progresses. When you're fresh and the sun's out, you can navigate these tougher parts pretty quickly. gives you a little bit of a break to slow down. The iconic part of this race, the bridge. We love hearing that sound at night when you're just waiting for the bridge to come, because that means you're almost done with the lap. Beautiful sight. That's beautiful. Really extra rocky today. Little softball field. It's kind of cool to imagine back in the day at some point people played softball here. Any foul balls are going to go into the lake and waterfall, so games and practices probably didn't last too long unless you brought a ton of balls. Tent's always set up right here for check-in, right there. Bugs are out. The sight for sore eyes each lap. The pavilion. Always got a fire going, nice and warm. People hang out, set up in here. Can't wait to see that fire. Firewood's ready. 3 miles, 0.85, 50 minutes. And heading back down to the river and back up the hill again to the other parking lot where I parked. Looks like they're getting the cabins ready. The windows are all opened up. Probably doing a little spring cleaning for everyone who's going to be coming here. That's you all and all of the campers for the upcoming season. They call this the old CIA campground because back in the founding days, the CIA used to train out in these woods. Pretty cool history, along with all of the history of Prince William Park, which is extensive. All right, heading downhill, 4 miles, 52 minutes, and nice pedestrian, gingerly pace out here. Having fun. Man, I hope we have this weather on race day. So far, almost 5 miles, 1 hour, 11 minutes. And that's with, you know, hiking and stopping, take pictures. So, but it's definitely, this is a tough loop. Road crossing here. High Meadows Trail. All right, we're gonna be on High Meadows Trail for a little bit up to Taylor's farm, and that's where I'll catch the trail back to where I parked. So right now I'm at 5.71 miles, 885 feet of vert so far. This loop is every bit of 800 plus feet of vert per lap per 6.25 miles. So come prepared to do some hiking. Finishing up, been off the main race trail now for almost a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile. A lot of climbing back up from the riverbed. Sun came out, it's beautiful. Here's where we are, Turkey Run center right there. And we ran basically here, connected, ran down along the river to the campground, crossed the bridge, ran around here, then back here. 7.21 miles, 1 hour, 39 minutes. 1,115 feet of vert. Good workout. All right, I head home, shower, and go hang out with the family. See you guys in a couple weeks.